Hello, Wanderers. Welcome back to our Crusader Kings 3 roleplay series following Lord Corlys Velaryon the Seaspray, but no longer the Master of Ships, no longer the Lord of the Tides. Indeed, Lord Corlys has been exiled to the Stepstones, a land of hard, barren rocks, pirates, and who knows what else lurks within these accursed isles. Well, Lord Corlys is certainly going to have his work cut out for him as he decides what to do in the wake of his exile and in determining exactly how he will find his vengeance. You'll notice he looks a little different. He's dressing a little bit more for the occasion, and his hair is shorter. And this is an interesting point. And somebody had this thought in the comments that perhaps because of our great friendship with Evitho, the Dothraki, known as the High Hammer, who's been, in the Stepstones for many years, keeping the pirates quelled and, maybe doing a little privateering himself. Who knows? We won't judge Evitho. But because he is a Dothraki, it seemed like an interesting idea that he might have been the one who spoke to us after our exile and informed us of the Dothraki tradition of cutting off your hair or your braid when you lose in combat or in this situation, kind of a more of a war. But so I thought that was a really cool idea. And so Corlys's hair is just starting to grow back. A few months have passed. And let's take a look at our situation here, because there's a lot to go over. So we're kind of having a mid-season, like season 2.5 essentially here, because we're going to be doing something quite a bit different now. I did have some comments in the last episode. People were suggesting that it wouldn't make sense for Lord Corlys to go full pirate, I should say. And that is true. And when I said, Corlys the Pirate King, there was a little bit of, exaggeration to that idea, I guess, maybe not going full Blackbeard, but I think that there's an interesting idea to play with here of a knight who went into exile, who knows ships, who, has fought these pirates for such a long time. He knows exactly, how this place operates, the Stepstones. And so, it's entirely possible that, although he goes in with a chivalrous code, with honor, and with a mind for revenge against those who wronged him, who knows what his time in the Stepstones will, lead to. It's, he's a young man. He's only 23 years of age. He still has a lot of time to change his ideals and such. You'll notice that we have changed out arbitrary for vengeful. And I think that this makes sense because we used to just kind of let whims guide us, essentially, when we were an arbitrary character. But I think our motivation has changed. And our motivation has changed from kind of whatever we want to do to getting revenge on those who wronged us. And who was it who wronged us? Well, it was most notably Prince Eddard of Dragonstone. You'll notice that Prince Eddard the Grey is now the Prince of Dragonstone, which of course is the title that he ended up stripping from us here. So yeah, Prince Eddard of Dragonstone. He is the heir to the throne official at this point, I believe. You'll notice that his son, Prince Aaron, is betrothed to the Black Queen Rhaenys as well. So, it's pretty clear that in the wake of his victory over us, Prince Eddard has certainly consolidated his power. Of course, he has this, the alliance between the Blacks and the Greys here with Lord Paramount Darren Tully, naturally, as well. And so the two of them, they were the ones who were responsible for, us being ousted. And you could say that, Corlys brought this upon himself because he didn't pay back the Iron Bank. You can say that, and that is absolutely true. But I don't know if you can say that he deserved what happened to him. He isn't a good man. He's not particularly honorable. He broke a betrothal, but he broke his betrothal for love. And, he didn't choose to be born the heir to the Reach because of his mother, Marjorie. He didn't choose to fall in love with the lady of Old Town. He didn't even really choose to be named Steward of the Iron Isles. That just kind of happened because he defeated them in the war. So, this is not Corlys, striving for such great power and then, being humbled for that. It is, in some sense, an injustice that has been laid upon him. He was the rightful heir to the Reach. His children would have been the rightful heirs to Old Town. So, that is where our revenge is going to be taken on Prince Eddard and on Darren Tully for teaming up against us. Just to go over a couple little things here, you'll notice that Driftmark is now in the hands of one of our cousins. Probably not even one we like very much. An ambitious and patient man. Very interesting. It's no surprise to me that he would manage to convince Eddard to let him hold the Isle of Driftmark. It makes sense that they would just give this to another Velaryon, one who they, think they could manage. And I feel like they think that they could manage Lord Jaehaerys here. So our cousin has taken Driftmark. That's unfortunate. We'll have to try to take it back one day. The Reach has also been lost to our family, and you'll notice that the new Lord Paramount of the Reach is Lord Oliver, and some people were suggesting that maybe they would give it to like Willis or something like that, keep it within the Tyrells, try to keep things, calm in the Reach by not, giving it to another family, because we already know what happened when, Samwell Tarly, got it, and then it ended up going to her mother. But I think that this makes more sense. I was looking around at characters in the Reach, and I found Lord Paramount Oliver, the Golden Oak. And look at this character's traits. He's forgiving, he's content, he's just. He is a charismatic negotiator. He's august. He's a hunter. He's a diplomat, a journaler. He is a trained fighter. This is a man that probably is very well respected in the Reach. Not only that, but House Oakheart did join the Iron Throne against us in that last war. And so when our mother was stripped from her position, well, it seemed to make sense that they would give it to somebody, one, who sided with them, two, who is well liked within the Reach, and three, who, has an heir who is, fairly reasonable, the Wild Oak, so I think that makes a lot of sense for that situation. The only other thing that I think that we need to take a look at is Lord Cedric. Lord Cedric has retained his position, but in order to keep him pliant, his younger sister here has been betrothed to Alessander Tully, who is the grandson of Darren Tully. So scaly little boy, but he is betrothed here, and this is basically just to keep Lord Cedric under the thumb of the Iron Throne. So I think that's pretty much everything that we need to take a look at there in terms of the consequences. Now, there are a few other things that you'll notice here. You'll notice that we aren't on Turtleback anymore. That's mostly a mechanical thing. So there's a weird thing with Turtleback that it is a feudal holding. Amongst all of the Stepstones, it's like the only feudal holding, I think. And so the reason why I switched us over to Bloodstone, one, it's slightly better province, so we're not completely starting from scratch. It kind of makes sense that we would be able to take it over anyways from Elena Bloodwaters. She's just an 8-year-old. So I think we could just take this over if we wanted to, basically. And the reason why I did that was because being feudal, one, would mean that for the entire time we're in the Stepstones, we'd be facing 8,000 strong doom stacks of pirates, every couple of years, and we probably would not really be able to survive that. And also because although we aren't necessarily going, full Blackbeard, we are going to be, playing a character who might potentially get involved, and not necessarily piracy, but maybe we'll do some raiding on like Tyrosh or something like that. Like, who knows? We can use that option now. We can raise our army as raiders. We get access to some really cool new buildings in Bloodstone here that we can, try to build up Smuggler's Cove and Arsenal and stuff. This is going to be a rare opportunity to play, in the Stepstones as like a pirate type character, or to use the pirate mechanics, I should say. And so, yeah, I just thought it made more sense to make us into this position. And like I said, we're still going to be playing true to the character. So that's the situation there. Obviously, Evitho, is still, loyal to us. So is his son, Captain Barbo. And then, of course, we've got young Lady Elena of Turtleback of House Bloodwaters here. And that's our realm right now. So we are Lord Corlys of the Velaryon fleet. And we will see if we can use this fleet to get some revenge. So some of those interesting mechanics that I was talking about, there's an active election in the Stepstones. This is pretty cool. So they elect their pirate, pirate king, which is interesting. I did go and we've been fighting these pirates for a long time. So I've actually made sure that these pirates are mostly not going to be voting for us. Most of them have big minuses to us, and so they won't be voting for us. There's a couple of them who are maybe interested in us for other reasons, like Tenia-san and things like that. Maybe she thinks she can win over Corlys here. Who knows? And yeah, one thing I did forget to mention, our wife as well has unfortunately been stripped of Old Town. And I think that this makes a lot of sense as well. She had probably pissed off her family quite a bit when she, broke her own betrothal and then ended up marrying Corlys. And so, the House Hightower was not really big fans of Lady Sherris. And so after the war, I think that one of her family members, and you'll see here that it is a male cousin of hers, Lord Gunther, who probably rose up with the, got the Hightower army to, back him essentially against Sherris. And so, he managed to do that. He now holds their sword, their ancestral sword as well. And then he sent Sherris packing. You'll notice also that this is the father of Lyness Hightower, our original betrothal subject, the one that we spurned for, for her cousin. So kind of fitting that our actions would end up leading to her being the heir to Old Town. So yeah, it all comes full circle, doesn't it? Pretty interesting. We'll take a quick look here at our council. These are some of our important characters. Obviously, Captain Evitho still kicking the high hammer. I mean, look at this guy's traits. He's 41 prowess, just man's a beast. We've of course got Aelion is still here, still doing his thing. He is our chancellor. We're gonna need him. He's got great charisma, so I'm sure he will be of great help if he doesn't go around, sleeping with everybody in our courts. Hopefully he, keeps himself somewhat restrained. We've got Yolo, who is our steward. Doesn't seem to be a particularly important man. Perhaps he will be replaced at some point with somebody a little bit more interesting. Briglos Seafire, of course he's still alive. Man takes an injury in every battle, and somehow he still survives. So, you can't take this man down. He's a good fighter, and he will no doubt serve us well. Interesting new character we have here, Cymric Darkhaven. I might be pronouncing that wrong, but this is a Skagosi man, but he's not the type of skag that you would expect him to be. No, this man has an interesting backstory that saw him end up as a slave and marine, and then eventually finding himself in the court of Daenerys Targaryen. He ended up as her seneschal, and was very active in King's Landing, you'll see that he's a pretty well learned man. And, you know, he's got some interesting traits: deceitful, just, stubborn, brave. He's a journaler, he's shrewd, a herbalist. Yeah, interesting. Seemed to have lost an eye during the wars, you know, in the last few years here as well. So he is married as well to a woman named Lorne. Yeah, they've got a very interesting story between the two of them. I suspect that he may have possibly been the one to overhear us or overhear Eddard and Darren Tully plotting against us, probably with the Iron Bank. And I think that maybe it was Cymric here who, you know, informed us of this and gave us like the little bit of warning. Unfortunately, it didn't end up helping in the end. But you know, that's kind of my headcanon anyways for that. Of course, we got Captain Barbo as well, the son of Evitho. And then, you know, a Septon for some reason has come with us. You know, I guess he was maybe on one of our ships, and now he's a pirate. He's a pirate Septon here. So yeah, that's our court. Those are our characters. Hopefully they will serve us well because we're going to need them. And you know, we've got our children, of course. Luke Velaryon here. We've got our daughter, Laura, whose betrothal with the Prince of Pentos' son. He broke off the betrothal. He is not a fan of us. He is our rival now as well. Because yeah, we pulled him into a war and we couldn't make good on it. So then, of course, we got Monty, we've got Manfred, and we've got our newest son, Daeron. So there we go. All of our children. That's basically our whole court. Everybody you need to know. And yeah, hopefully we'll see how things play out in this, you know, season 2.5. So we are going to get time rolling. And one of the first things that we're going to do, rather than attacking or anything like that, we're actually going to be going to this tournament in Blackhaven. And you'll see that Blackhaven's still independent from when they broke away from the most devout here. So the Stormlands have not been really kneeling to Queen Rhaenys here. Not all of them anyways. But there was infighting between the most devout and House Fell, House Grandview, and House Dondarrion. So they broke away from the most devout. You'll notice that House Fell is now ruled by 4-year-old Lord Barristan. When Lord Colton fell, was murdered by Lord Cassander of Evenmorn. Yeah, the House Fell has had a rough time of it. Let's look at the title history here. Yeah. Oh man, their last 1, 2, 3, 4. Their last 4 lords have all died in battle. Yeah, I think in battle. Slain by King Robert. Glendon Silveraxe, slain in battle. Lord Harwood, this man was slain by Lord Castus Masterly. Yeah, you remember that. That was on the floor of the throne room. And then Lord Colton was murdered. So yeah, death by violence for the last couple Lord Fells. That's not a good house. But anyways, as I was saying, Dondarrion is Lord Beric Dondarrion is technically independent. And so we might find some interesting common cause with him. So we are going to go to the tournament here. Let's see. Oh, our mother is with us. I'm not sure why our sister is with us here. She might, who knows, maybe she is just visiting, or I don't know how she ended up with us, but we do need to pick somebody. I'm going to pick somebody probably who's got a nice... Candela actually has a nice mixture here. Yeah, we'll go with her. There we go. And a little bit of sea danger. We can hire the captains. There we go. And we don't want any of our pirate brethren acting against us. So we are going to head to the tournament. My fellow, we shall represent, blah, 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 yeah. Bastard born. There's no. Oh, okay. We had a bastard daughter with our lover Daenerys. You know what? I think that we keep it secret. The world will know of my child. I think we'll keep it secret. Honestly, we're not an honest man necessarily, so yeah, we'll keep it secret. Do we break things off with Daenerys? Was it just kind of a fling, like a one-time thing? Can we even do that? Break up with lover? We could potentially. You know, we had a daughter with her. Maybe we... hard to say. I don't know. What do you guys think? We'll leave it for now. But what do you guys think in that regard? The seas around here are thick with traders going about their usual craft, carrying rare and exotic goods from one port to another. One such merchant ship holds an item that immediately takes my interest the moment I lays upon the bejeweled 7-pointed star. I knew I could never find anything like it back in the Stepstones. What does this book do? It's not really it. And mine it shall be. Do we pay for this? We can probably sell it for more. We steal it? No, we're not quite. We're not, like I said, we're not a pirate yet. Not yet, anyways. I think we might buy it and try to sell it for a profit, though. We are still, you know, like, kind of, kind of a steward. We're not a good one, but we are kind of one. Oh no, my son has consumption. Oh, we need a physician. I do want to befriend. Oh, we got a maester here. Maester Hauber. Wait, wasn't this our previous maester? I can't remember. We're going to pause it. I do want to get Beric Dondarrion on our side. Let's see. There's a couple people here that were, you know, we're probably here in secret, I would imagine. You know, we're probably not making it super well known that we are here, but all right, well, let's see. Yeah, I mean, I wish there was an easier way to find this. Maybe we can search him. Dondarrion. Yeah, let's here we go. Can we befriend him? Confirm. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, we're gonna try to get Beric Dondarrion onto our side because he is technically independent for now. So, tournament arrival. We have arrived. We can't wait for it to start. The Chrome guide my hand. Oh yeah, and we still have Carl Greyjoy with us as well. Oh, and he's Faith of the 7. We might change him to Faith of the 8 because that might be more interesting, but we'll have to do that later. I still do want to win this tournament, so we are going to try to qualify if we can here. We got a board game, archery, and a melee. If we can get some prizes as well, that's just going to be money that we can pay. So yeah, presumably we're here in secret, meeting with Beric Dondarrion, you know, trying to do our best to avoid, you know, anybody whom we might know. Let's see. We still are not guaranteed to qualify, so I'm gonna wait and do the tourney grounds one more time because that gives you your best chance. I'll show you all how it's done. What are you looking at? Yeah, let's get some dread. We could use some dread. The crowd's intimidated. There we go. We're guaranteed to qualify. Let's see if we can win a board game. Wonder what kind of disguise we would be wearing to this. Who knows? Who are we going up against? Lord Trebor Jordain. All right, let's take him on. We're actually reasonably well learned, so you know we probably know about chess. The table flips with an almighty thwack, sending the Savas pieces flying. Trevor's mood suddenly turned several moves ago as he realized a simple mistake had all but decided the game in my favor. Yes, you win, Lord Corlys. Are you happy? Come, let's go back. You know, you could have just conceded. Yeah, you know what? Let's do that. I mean, he concedes. We'll progress. Our bastard brother made a cadet branch. He's a Septon as well. A Baelorist Septon. Who holds Visenya's Hill. So, interesting. Yeah, I mean, he's like the new... High Septon, essentially, maybe. All right, we can do this. Who are we going up against? Lord Erlon, the Heart of the Sun. Oh, that's a pretty awesome freaking nickname. House Percy? I am not familiar with House Percy, but guy has an awesome nickname. Can we do this? I think we can. We can defeat this guy. An extra plate. No, we're not going to cheat. Actually, there's an... I won't cheat. Oh, we take stress. No, we can't. No, we won't cheat. Let's keep playing. We got to win this fair and square. Maybe I can draw from my knowledge of warfare. You seem awfully sure of yourself. Diplomacy. Perhaps it's time for a daring move. Playing it safe. It seems to me like perhaps he seems awfully sure of himself. Oh, he won. Nice. There we go. My opponent ignores the trap I laid. Victory is ours. All right. And a fine contest, and now it's just between us and Lord Erlon Bellamy. I can do this. I think we can. Let's see. You're rather exposed. It's a ploy. My current strategy is sound. Board game. Softly, softly, we say. Oof. Not likely that we win. Let's see. We're stubborn. It's a ploy. My current strategy is sound. We take a stress level. That's okay. Maybe I can draw... I think he seems awfully sure of himself as well. Reclusive? No, I don't think our character would become reclusive or profligate. I think we're just gonna tank the stress here. We'll get it back anyways. I don't think either of those really made sense. Board game contest winner. There we go. We have defeated all our foes and we gain some money. We gain Grand Master and we're gonna get a prize here as well, which is nice. There we go. Archery contest. We might as well try to win. Might as well try to win this as well. Mind if I join you for a cup of spice wine? Let's see. Let's try it. We'll see if we get a chance to befriend Beric Dondarrion here. 35 days until that begins. We could head to the tavern. Let's see. Innkeeper Moore over here. Tables tabs on me. We don't have the money for it. Enjoy your evening. Just a couple lords drinking here. But you know what? We want to try to make... We need allies in the Westeros. Maybe not to like start a war right away. We need people feeding us information and things like that. So, yeah, let's see. Let's buy them. Let's buy them around. We're on track to qualify. A couple of them get wicked hangovers, but maybe they tell us some things of interest without realizing who we are. Let's see. Archery contest begins. All right, let's see. We're pulling that Robin Hood move where he comes in disguise. Oh, very low chance to win. I'll have a wander to chat with the crowd. Oh, we could discover a secret. That's useful, actually. Let's see. You discover... We learn Lord Graydon's sodomite secret. One of our former Islanders vassals. Let's see. Maybe if I shoot across the winds. All right, let's do it. Hit the target. There we go. 14% chance. Highly unlikely we're gonna pull this off, but you never know. I'm one with my bow. 78. Yeah, with this wind, this trajectory should suffice. One last knock. Let's see. Can we pull something off here? Didn't look like it. No, unfortunately not. We're not much of an archer, I can't imagine. There's always next time. Who won? Talbert Sari. We're guaranteed to qualify for the melee, so we might as well head to the village. A group of women have been talking. Oh, maybe we can learn another secret? Learning lifestyle, that's not useful. Let's try to learn another secret. Secrets are good. They catch us eavesdropping though. That's unfortunate. All right. Let us see what we can do in the melee here. Let's head to the tent camp. I'm still waiting to get an event to actually speak to Barrack here. Let's see. The moment I walk into the camp, I'm greeted by a pungent smell. Go away. The contestants are getting ill, harmed by the bad air. Must be an explanation. Find it? Alright. Find it then. Come to the source, my lord. The guests couldn't find a place to oh, okay. Keep this to myself. We don't need the score, so... sure, we'll just inform people. It's not... That wasn't of much concern to us, I imagine, really. No good events to try to win over Barrack here. That's unfortunate. Let's try one more. Let's go to the temple. Uh-oh. As Edison moves aside to let me approach, I take a solemn moment alone in the sept near the... We've got Lord Willis is here as well. So we're definitely going to need to keep our disguise good. Bring me glory. Make my Uncle Willis's life harder? That's fair. No, smile on my fellow contestant, Barrack. Let's see if we can maybe potentially use this to gain a friendship here. I'm guessing not, but you never know. Glory will be ours. Let's see if we can find success in the melee. The melee rolls, battering away at me. I'm thrown this way and that, trying to give as good as I get. Swords rent armor, spears clink off metal, rondels of the shield. I whirl sea foam around to deflect, a lucky escape. Ah, my weapon. Oh, we gotta try to retrieve our weapon. The weapons kick further away. Ah, we lose sea foam for a moment. Let's see. Exhausted, I stagger into the austere comforts of a refuge. All around me are competitors from both sides. Looks like we're taking a little break here. Gather around me, you lot. We could try to increase our team's score. Oh, we can't really handle the stress. Let's just take a rest here. Take a little breather. Can we just re-equip our sword? I guess we can. Now we picked it up after the break, apparently. I will win a soldier's victory. Perhaps if I draw them in here. No, we will win a soldier's victory. Come on. Let's find success in the melee. One more push, we say. 50-50 chance. Could go either way. I don't know. We won. Hey. Not so bad. We did it. We won. Hell yeah. There we go. So we're going to get some prizes for this. We didn't. We have yet to establish a firm friendship. But it was a great event. We gain... Oh, he gained prize armor. That's nice. What did we get from the tournament here? Guess we'll see in the closing ceremony in but a moment. Let's see. We became the owner of 2 prize necklaces. Oh no, only 1. Did we not win 2? I guess we just fought in the melee. We weren't the overall winner of the melee. Oh, that's unfortunate. Still, prize necklace. Fertility plus 20. Not terrible. All right. Well, we got some information. You know, we got some rumors. We didn't get a chance to make friends with Lord Barrack, but he's slightly more to our side here. I noticed that Rogo avoids me more than usual. We may not have the best of relationships, but Corlys is a worthless fool. I'd be a way better lord than him. You want to know how it is? I'll show you. Gains mutiny, humiliation. Yeah, you know what? We got to show this guy. We cannot brook dissent at this point, so we are going to humble this man. We win the fight against him and make him leave. Yeah, get out of here. We will not have anybody going against us. Not now. All right, so, we were about to return home, but journeying through Banefalter, I passed by a peculiar looking tent. Come in, O mighty pirate lord. I can tell you you have many miles to go and can offer you a reading of your future. Tell me my future. Nah, we're cynical. We don't believe this kind of crap. We can finally return home. The question is, what do we do from here? Well, we should probably train up our squire in some swordsmanship. Excellent training session. We do need to select a focus. I should have done this earlier, but it's okay. Only a little bit of time has passed. The question is, do we go martial or do we go stewardship? I think that we're going to continue with, or, do we go intrigue? Well, let's take a look. Because intrigue could be cool. Schemer, seducer, torturer. Could become dreadful. Thriving in chaos and malice, fear attacks. I don't know if we would go torturer. Schemer, though? What's our intrigue? Are we even like an intrigue type character? Not really. Maybe our goal right now is to make enough money to, be able to go back up against our enemies. So we're going to go with a wealth focus here. And this is probably going to be pretty helpful for us in our current situation. So yeah, that's what we're going to go for there. Now, what do we do from here? Well, one thing that we definitely need to do is start working our way through the Stepstones here and, secure at the very least the northern Stepstones. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to declare war on you, seize the squadron here. She'll become a vassal to us. Or do we want to just conquer the county? We will gain the title. I think that's better. We can put our own people in charge here. So we're going to declare war on us. War on her for that. We want to put our own people in charge. So we're going to raise up our armies here. And we are going to deal with her. Hopefully very quickly. Oh, we can join Magister Silverio of... Is this the Magister of Tyrosh? He's doing a tournament as well. Let's see, what kind of tournament you got? Duels, wrestling, and then ceremony? It could be worth it to go and join this tournament too, because I would love to conquer Tyrosh. I love the way they've made these cities look. And actually, it's one of my goals. Once we kind of can get the Stepstones settled down, I would much rather make our capital like Tyrosh than to, than just kind of here on the Stepstones. This just looks so cool. So that's going to be one of our goals. So I'm tempted to go to this tournament. How much time do we have before we got 3 months we can deal with these pirates here before we have to go. So I'll just kind of keep track. Once we get to the 6th month, we'll depart here. Briglos is commanding anyway, so that's totally fine. There we go. We'll speed things up. Carl's education has come to an end. All right, so you know what? We're gonna send him back to, I guess, oh, he went to the most of. That's interesting. Maybe he's stopping by there on the way to the Iron Islands or something. Who knows? But oh, he's zealous. He's a zealous follower, potentially of the faith of the Eight. But that's an interesting way that he turned out. Luke has died of consumption. Oh no. Oh, we're gonna take a stress hit here again too. Ouch. Mental break, torrential grief. It is hard, but Sheris can help me get through this. You know what? I'll take that. Confider. I mean, we brought our lady love with us. And she's probably the one that we should confide in. I mean, finding comfort in our beloved wife after all of this? Oh god, are we gonna get murdered here? What could it be at this hour? Uh-oh. A birthday celebration? I guess you try to have a little bit of normalcy here, despite our situation. The medium size? Let's take the biggest gift, sure. Oh, we've become the owner. What? They gave us a sword? Oh, that's epic. Unfortunately, our son just died. Ah, Luke. That's unfortunate. So our new heir, I guess, is a Monty. All right. He's taking a learning. Well, we probably don't want him to go learning with him. We probably want to go stewardship. But yeah, I guess Monty, you're up next. Because your brother, Luke, passed away. Ugh, unfortunate. All right, tournament time. We're invited to a grand wedding. We're not going to go to that. We will join this one here to get information on Tyrosh, but I'm not going to be going to that many events and stuff in the Seven Kingdoms. It just doesn't make sense. It's too risky. We'd probably get caught. The only reason we went to Dondarrion's is because, you know, he's basically independent. He hasn't really bent the knee, but we're not going to be going like into King's Landing unless we got a really good reason, or, you know, making alliances here in Westeros. We're not going to be calling up any Westerosi allies. We are playing it as if we were in exile. One thing we could potentially do is look to get a marriage with Lys, because Lys is, you know, if you'll remember, Corlys actually spent time there. He spent a few months in Lys when he was like 12 years old, when he was sailing back from Old Town. So, you know, maybe we met the rogue heirs, and, you know, I think that we could potentially try to arrange a marriage here between the daughter of the First Magister and our son Monterius. This would be a strong alliance for us. He won't accept, but he would accept with a grand wedding. I think we can agree to that. Sure. Well, it's a grand wedding for it. Grand tournament, fresh start. Let's head out. Let's see what we can learn about Lys here. Oh yeah, I also said that I was going to be selling some of these artifacts. So let's go to the artifact market. Let's sell that necklace we just won. Wow, 149. That's worth a lot of money. I am going to sell that. It's the fertility is nice, but 149. That's a lot of money. We can actually start buying another. We could probably buy a. Oh no, we can't afford a bigger building yet, but we can't afford Smuggler Cove or an arsenal. Let's do arsenal at first, because we're going to need the soldiers. And there we go. We captured Sunstone here, so we can enforce our demands. There we go. Let's do so. I think we hold the title. We can get one more as well, so that's good. We're probably going to go and capture Rexstone as well. I think, oh, we're in an activity, so we're going to have to finish this as well. I've heard it said that Tyroshi fishermen are famed around the world for their ability to strip the ocean of its most bountiful and delicious splendor. Today, by the shores of the Tyroshi landing, I'm fortunate to come across a fishing fleet. Our entourage sails close to a stray member of the fleet, and I am greeted immediately by the pungent odor of its captain. An honor, me lord. Can I interest ye in our finest catches of the day? We will eat well tonight. Your fisher, your life sailor. I mean, that's kind of funny. Not today. That's our first act of piracy. They are Tyroshi. That's kind of interesting. I mean, prowess challenge. Let's see. Well-fed travelers. Travel speed. Nah, I don't think we're gonna just harass these fishermen. I don't think that quite makes sense for our character here. Arrived at the tournament, and I can't wait for it to start. Indeed, I cannot wait for it to start. But that will have to take place in the next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I think that this is going to be a really interesting playthrough here in the second half of our season for Lord Corlys here. And yeah, what do you think our next step should be? Obviously, we're going to try to do what we can, conquering the Stepstones as we go. But eventually, you know, do we take Little Tyrosh here and then take the Big Island? You know, form more, you know, alliances here with well, Pentos doesn't like us anymore, but we could potentially get Mir on our side as well. Tyrosh seems like they're going to be an enemy. Pentos seems like they're going to be an enemy. So Lys seems like probably our strongest ally, and then potentially maybe the Mirish, but we'll see about that. And then the question is, what do we do about the Seven Kingdoms? I mean, things seem stable there in the wake of our ousting. So Prince Eddard solidifying things here, along with the Hand of the Queen, Darren Tully. It's going to be a very, very interesting playthrough. I am excited to see what happens here, but we will continue it in the next episode. So until then, Wanderers, thank you for watching.